Welcome to Yoga, You and Judy. I am Judy, and this morning it's all about waking up our body, waking up our mind, and really get us ready for the day ahead, for a day full of clarity and a day full of energy. No props needed. All you need is about half an hour. And with that said, let's get started. Let's start our morning yoga in a child's pose, bringing your knees about hip-width distance apart. Your sitting bones are pulling towards your heels. Your forehead is on the floor, your hands stretched out in front of us, and feel free to come up on your fingertips to increase that stretch. And then in that pose, just keep pressing your sitting bones towards your heels and feel that nice decompression in your lower back. And take one full breath here to stretch it all out. On your next inhale, walk both hands over to the right hand side. Keep pushing your sitting bones down towards your heels, enjoying that nice stretch on the left side of your body. One full breath. And then walking the hands over to the left, taking the stretch to the right side. Sitting bones pushing towards the heels. One full breath. And then on your next inhale, lift yourself back up. And then your chin comes down to your chest. And then inhale it back up. Exhale your chin down to your chest. Inhale back up. Chin to chest. And inhale back up. And then let's bring our right ear towards our right shoulder. And then slowly circle it forward, keeping the chin close to your body until the left ear is pointing towards the left shoulder. Circling it back to the other side. Once more, circling over to the left. Circling over to the right. Coming back into neutral. And then just stretch your arms up, stretch it all out. A good morning stretch like you would when you literally just woke up, you're in bed, and you just need to stretch it all out to every side. And then have both of your arms up, facing upwards by the sides of your ears, bringing the right hand behind you, left hand outside your right knee, breathing in, grow taller, and on an out breath, twist over your right shoulder. And take one full breath here. Inhale both arms back up. Left hand goes behind you, right hand outside your left knee. Inhale, grow taller, and exhale as you twist over your left shoulder for one full breath cycle. And then coming back into neutral, we'll come into tabletop, where your shoulders are stacked over your wrists and your hips are stacked over your knees. And then let's start waking up that spine a little bit more. On an inhale, arch your back, look up. On an exhale, push the floor away with your hands and round your back like a cat. Inhale, arch, look up. Exhale, push the floor away, round your back. And just do a few more of these cat-cow stretches with your own rhythm of breath. And then once you've completed one full stretch cycle, come to stillness. And then on an inhale, let's breathe the right arm up. And then exhale, slide it through underneath your body. Reach that right hand as far over to the left as you can. Stretch out the left hand, coming on your fingertips, and bring your right cheek down onto the floor, enjoying this nice stretch of your spine, of your shoulder. Taking one full breath cycle here. And on your next inhale, come out of this stretch, bringing the right arm back up, back to neutral. And then let's breathe the left arm up. Exhale it through underneath your body, left hand pulling towards the right as far as you can. Lower your left shoulder, stretch out your right arm, and enjoy this nice twist on the other side. Taking one full breath cycle. And then on your next inhale, coming out of the stretch, breathing the left arm back up and coming back to a neutral tabletop position. And then from here, we're going to lower ourselves onto the front of our body, propping ourselves up on our elbows. The elbows are stacked directly underneath the shoulders, coming into a Sphinx pose. The lower arms are parallel to each other, about shoulder width distance apart. And your lower body is firmly pressing into the ground. You've got your core engaged, you've got your buttocks engaged, and you pretend you're pushing the floor away with your elbows as your chest is pulling forward, your gaze is forward. And then take an inhale here, and on your next exhale, gently twist and look over your right shoulder as if you'd want to spot those right toes back there. Back to center. Take an inhale, and then exhale, looking over your left shoulder. Back to center, and then bring your arms out in a cactus shape, your forehead lowering down onto the floor. And then let's roll to the right with the left leg coming behind the right leg. Another nice twist that you should feel all the way from your shoulders to your toes. Back on the front of your body, this time rolling towards the left, right leg coming behind the left leg. Back to center, and then push yourself up onto your knees. Your hands slide forward, mat width distance apart, coming into a puppy pose to stretch out our arms, our shoulders, and our chest is pulling towards the floor as we come into this lovely morning stretch, waking up the upper body. And then on our inhale, we bring ourselves back up, come on our toes, and then roll all the way up until we get into a standing position. And what better way to start a day than with a salute to the sun? So inhale your arms up, hinge forward from your hips. Inhale, halfway lift with a straight back. And exhale as you fold forward. From here, we step our left leg back, coming into a high lunge. So we're balancing on our back toe. Just take a bit of time to arrive here to find your balance. Your thighs are pulling together, your front leg strong, your pelvis slightly tucked, your core engaged. And then breathe your arms into a cactus shape. As you breathe out, bring your elbows and hands together in front of you. Inhale back to cactus arms. Exhale, hands and elbows come together in the front. And once more, inhale into cactus shape. Bring it together in the front to activate those thighs for the day. And then stretching our arms up by the sides of our ears. In a high lunge now, we're going to twist to the right to get our balance activated. Hold it for a moment. And then come back up. Next, exhale again, twist to the right. The right hand goes back, left hand forward. Inhale back up, and once more, exhale into a twist to the right. Back up. And this time we exhale into that same twist, but then we lower our back knee, coming into a low lunge in a twist, and then breathe the arms back up to center. From here, place both of your hands on the floor, and then shift back into half splits to activate the backs of our legs. Inhale back into your front knee, bend the front knee. Exhale back into half splits. Inhale forward. Exhale back into half splits. And then bend back into that front leg. Step the left back forward, coming into a forward fold. And inhale all the way up with a straight back. Arms down, back to standing. We're going to do the same sequence on the other side. So let's breathe our arms up. Exhale forward, straight back. Inhale, half lift, straight back. Exhale, fold forward. Place both of your hands on the floor, and this time we step the right leg back, coming into a high lunge on the other side. Again, find your stability in this high lunge, strong legs, core engaged, pelvis slightly tilted. And we inhale our arms out into a cactus shape. And then we exhale, hands and elbows together in the front, leaning forward. Inhale back to cactus. Exhale, hands and elbows meet in the front. Inhale back to cactus. Once more, exhale forward, activate those thighs. And then back to high lunge with the arms stretched high by the side of our ears. Taking an inhale here. And on an exhale, we're going to twist open to the left, right hand forward, left hand back. Inhale back up. Exhale, twist. Inhale back up. Exhale, twist. Inhale back up. And on this last twist, we hold in a high lunge twist, and then we lower our back knee, coming down into a twisted low lunge. Then inhale the arms back up. Place the hands on the floor, framing your front foot, and then shift back into half splits to activate the back of our legs on the other side. As you inhale, bend back into your front knee, low lunge. Exhale back into half splits. Inhale forward, low lunge. Exhale back, half splits. And then once more, bend into that front leg. Step the back leg forward. And then come all the way up with a straight back. Hands by your side. Coming to a moment of stillness, taking one full breath here. And then let's breathe those arms back up again. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips. Inhale, halfway lift, straight back. Exhale, fold all the way down. And then let's step the left leg back. This time coming into warrior two. So the front heel is aligned with the back heel or the arch. Your back foot is parallel to the short end of the mat. Your front knee is pulling towards the right. Your thighs are engaged, pulling together. Your pelvis slightly tucked. Arms parallel to the floor. And your shoulders pulling away from your ears. In this warrior two, let's hold for a full breath. And then on your next inhale, flip your front palm facing up. Exhale into reverse warrior. One full breath here. Keep bending into this front knee. Inhale back to warrior two. Exhale the right elbow down on the front knee, stretching the left arm forward alongside your left ear, coming into an extended side ankle, stretching out the side of our body. One full breath. And then pulling yourself back up, turn to the side. Your feet are parallel to each other. And then in this wide straddle, we hinge forward and then we fold all the way down and just let your upper body hang heavy, let your head hang heavy, and just feel that nice dangling of your body, letting everything go for a moment. And then place your hands on the mat, walk them over to the outside of your right foot, folding over your right leg. Walking over to the left, hands outside the left foot, folding over the left leg. Back to center and slowly roll your body all the way back up. And then we're going to turn to the left, coming into a warrior two on the left hand side. Again, check your alignment. Make sure your pelvis is slightly tucked and your left knee is pulling over towards the left. And then take a full breath in your warrior two. On your next inhale, flip the front palm to face upwards and exhale back into a reverse warrior for one full breath cycle. Inhale back to warrior two. Left elbow goes on the front knee, stretching the right arm forward alongside your right ear into an extended side ankle stretch. One full breath. And then inhale yourself back up again. Turning to the side, stepping your feet together with the big toes touching, heels slightly apart. And just take one deep breath here before we get into a balancing pose. So on your next inhale, place the sole of your right foot to the inside of your left thigh. Find your balance. And then let's bring our arms up and just take a full breath in this tree pose. Just awakening our balance this morning. And then slowly release. Both feet back on the ground. Shifting your weight into the right foot. Bringing the sole of your left foot on the inside of your right thigh. Find your balance. And then bringing your arms up overhead. And taking one full breath here. Balancing it out on the other side. For a day as balanced as our tree pose. And then release the left foot. Fold forward. Bend your knees. And roll yourself into a tiny little ball, staying on your toes. And just stretch all of your back out in this pose. Breathe into your back, expanding it as much as you can. And then still on your toes, straighten your knees, come up, and then lower back down. Stay on your toes the whole time as you come back up, straightening your knees and bending your knees again, straightening your knees, this time rolling the rest of your body up whilst you keep balancing on your toes, and then lower your heels back down. Bring your feet slightly apart, toes pointing out. Bring your hands together in front of you and slowly sink down through a yogi squat into a seated pose. Your left leg is stretched out, the sole of your right leg, the sole of your right foot is on the inside of your left thigh, and then breathe both of your arms up, and on an exhale, fold over your left leg, trying to keep your back as straight as possible. Take an inhale and an exhale. And inhaling your body back up, stretching out the right leg. The sole of the left foot goes on the inside of the right thigh. Breathe your arms up and then folding over your right leg, keeping your spine as straight as you can. Taking one full breath here. Inhaling your body back up, and then come into a straddle seated position. Interlace your fingers and we're going to circle over our legs. So we circle over to the left, front, right, inhale back, exhale, circle over your legs, left to right, inhale back, exhale, circle over your legs, inhale back, change direction, starting over the right leg, circling over to the left, inhale back, exhale, circling over our legs, inhale back, and one last circle. Inhale back, coming into a moment of stillness. Then breathing our arms up in a straddled position. And then lowering ourselves forward, folding ourselves forward. It's not important to reach the floor with your head or even with your hands. It's important to keep your spine straight and to feel this nice stretch on the inside of your thighs. And give yourself a bit of time with every inhale. Pull your head forward, reach the crown of your head forward to lengthen your spine. And on every exhale, just start to sink a little bit deeper. And one last breath. And then coming out of this, facing the short end of the mat, coming into a seated position with both of our legs straight. And then we're just going to flex and stretch the ankles for a bit, because ankles are so important. Our feet, our ankles, it carries all our weight every day, all day. And yet we often really neglect them. So give them a bit of love, care, stretch them, flex them, circle them. And that's a really good exercise to do throughout the day. You can easily do that seated on a chair or as you're standing, listening to a meeting. A great way of keeping your ankles activated. And then let's roll back onto our back. Our feet come up, soles of the feet pointing to the sky, and we're going to come into a happy baby to open our hips for the day. You grab the soles of your feet from the outside with your hands, and then your knees pull towards the floor, opening those hips. And you can either stay here and finding stillness, or you can gently rock from side to side. Quite easy to lose your balance, so another lovely little balancing exercise we're doing here if you do the side to side swaying. And then for a last wake up call for the body, let's go into an inversion. So lifting our legs overhead, rolling back, bringing our legs over our head. The toes come down on the floor, coming into a plow pose. And you can either bend your knees and relax, or you can keep your knees straight and enjoy both a stretch, but most of all, a lovely stretch of all the muscles, everything along the spine. So that is a really nice way to wake up the spine, to wake up the upper body, and also get that blood rushing into your head for a day full of clarity. Take another energizing breath in your plow pose. And then very slowly roll out of that and come into a seated position. And then let's just take one more breath in as we circle our arms up. And exhale your hands in front of heart center. And just find a moment of stillness here to digest all the work you've done this morning. And I think with that, you are ready for the day ahead. I hope you enjoyed this class. If you did, please subscribe to Yoga, Yi and Judy, and I hope to see you again very soon. Have a beautiful day.